Good evening. Welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're going to try our best to make it better for you. Tonight, we're breaking down all the hot topics everyone's talking about. We're recapping last night's Grammy Awards from Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar having a huge night. I will also be discussing Trump's tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and the backlash behind both of them. Plus, Trump, he's backtracking on his initial plan to pause Black History Month, according to the White House. All that, much, much more. I want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Blue Sky, and of course our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please comment, subscribe, and share it with your people. Now, as you know, Linnea and Chike, they're out working on some other things, but we still got Brittany holding it down, and of course, our friend Shaq from Let's Be Clear podcast. What's going on, Shaq?
What's up?
Now, listen, this is Black History Month. And so tonight we're spotlighting Bessie Coleman. She was a civil aviator. Now, she is the first licensed Black pilot in the world. Through history, though history has favored Amelia Earhart or the Wright brothers, Coleman went to flight school in France in 1919 and received her pilot license in 1921, inspiring diversity in the aviation field. In 1922, she performed the first public flight by a Black woman. She was famous for doing loop-the-loops and making figure eights in her plane. In 1995, the Bessie Coleman stamp was created in her honor. So kudos and much respect and tribute to Bessie Coleman. All right. So, Shaq, I know, well, before we get into that, question of the day is, should there be limits on freedom of speech? I'll start with you, Brittany.
It depends on the platform. Like, what? I need more context to that question. Like, just freedom of speech everywhere? Because, yeah, I mean, you can't be at work saying what you want to say. Like, there is a time and a place for everything. Like, you cannot, be in spaces and rooms just saying the first thing that come to your mind in life. Like, so I need more context. Like, are we talking about on the internet?
I think in general, but I think this is what I think. I think that there should be no limits on freedom of speech, but that does not dictate the consequences you'll get for what you say. Like, you always get the consequences of what you get. Even this wasn't about freedom of speech, but Nelly performing at the inaugurational event, there was someone in the comments saying, these are artists, they should be able to do what they want to do. And I responded, they can do what they want to do, but so can their fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I do agree with that. I think, like, if you to whom much is given, much is expected. So if
yeah,
you have these high titles or this recognition, you can't just go around offending people saying the first thing that come to your mind.
right.
I know a girl. I personally know a girl that's dating, and she got in a car and told the boy his rims was ugly, his car ugly, or like she really didn't like the dude, but she was just like saying the things that would come to mind. Like, they went on one date and he's at a store shopping on a clearance rack for something because he was going to like a wedding or something and didn't want to pay full price for a suit for a wedding. And she was like, "You cheat." And he just stopped talking to her because she did not have the clarity to, say things in a time or a place, like, or just say it with some couth, you know what I'm
How to
saying?
say it
Like,
right.
class. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I do think that there are consequences for that.
absolutely. What do you think, Shaq? Should be limits on freedom of speech?
No, I don't think there should be any limits to freedom of speech. I think that, um, part of the freedom is to have a choice and to saying what you want, kind of going back to what you're saying about consequences.
Yeah.
Um, that limiting of speech, I think in Brittany's case, I think that I agree with her on that, but I think that you have to look at it overall. Once you start limiting speech, everything else follows. So, just you have to allow people to deal with the consequences. So, if you speak out or if you choose not to speak, those are consequences for both.
Absolutely. Well, let us know what you feel on X. Go it's the Stephen Knight Show, SHO. Should there be limits on freedom of speech? All right, so 2025 Grammy recap. So Trevor Noah, he opened the Grammys with a speech about the spirit of LA after devastating wildfires. Kendrick Lamar won the Grammy for Song of the Year for Not Like Us, accepting the award from Diana Ross. Miley Cyrus presented the Grammy for Record of the Year to Kendrick for the same song. Now, Alicia Keys was presented with the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award at the 2025 Grammys. And she said that DEI is not a threat, it's a gift in her powerful speech. A lot of people got political during their speeches. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars won for Grammy for Best Pop and Duo Group Performance for their song Die With a Smile. And Gaga, in her speech, said, I just wanted to say tonight that trans people are not invisible. Trans people deserve love. The queer community deserves to be lifted up. Music is love. Legendary record producer and composer Quincy Jones was honored in a special tribute during the Grammys telecast with actor Will Smith, calling Jones a mentor, friend, and father figure, and a moving speech. Shakira, she won Grammy for Best Latin Pop Album for Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran. And Jennifer Lopez presented her with that award. She said in her acceptance speech, I want to dedicate this award to all my immigrant brothers and sisters in this country. You are loved, you are worth it, and I will always fight for you. And to all those women who work really hard every day to provide for their families, you are the true she-wolves. Doja won the Grammy for Best Rap Album for Alligator Bites Never Heal. She said she acknowledged the three women who have won, including her now with Lauryn Hill and Cardi B won that award for Best Rap Album. And then the big winner of the night was Beyonce. She finally won Album of the Year at the 67 Grammy Awards for her album Cowboy Carter. She said it's been many, many years, and with a slight chuckle while accepting her award. And she also dedicated the award to Linda Martell, who was a pioneer in Black country music, who was also featured on the LP. She also won for Best Country Album, which made her the first Black female ever to win that award. Now, earlier that day, she announced that she will be going on tour this year to support that album, Cowboy Carter. And a lot of people are scurrying around, figure out how to get these tickets. Someone said she did it just in time for tax season. Someone said that they're going to donate their kidney to get these tickets. And so my question that, well, I'll start with you, Chike, because I know that you all went, your podcast, you all went live during the Grammys. What were your highlights and what were your thoughts on the winners?
It was fun. As you can see, I have on my Queen Bee hat.
Oh yeah.
But no, it
I have
was
a fellow Beehive member down, like I be by myself in this chat. I be by myself on this.
Yes. So I guess you can say my initial reactions that the Grammys was good this year. I think that what took me by surprise was, I think it did a great job of highlighting, the fires.
Yes.
I think that caught me by surprise because we get in this mood where something tragic happens and we move on so quickly, and I think it was a great moment to just kind of like focus in on that.
Yeah.
To bring some perspective on it and how it affects everyone, whether you have money or you don't.
Right.
So I think he did a good job, but the beginning, my thing, so outside of political, like when you doing the Grammys and you start something, like for me, I need to either be hype or mellow, right? But following that, you need to do the opposite. So when it kind of came in, I was like, okay, this is nice. And then it kind of just went. So at first I was like, okay, it's kind of boring.
Right, yeah. With the opening
and then it kind
song,
of got
the
hyped
tribute
up.
song. Yeah,
Yes, they kind of got hyped up. So that, that's just me being critical. I kind of don't like Trevor Noah.
Really?
I think Trevor, he always kind of takes it an extra step that you could tell that, okay, they want you to kind of focus in on this and it gets a little awkward. He doesn't know how to be smooth with things. He has great points and great views, and he tried to, I guess, create the atmosphere in the room, but sometimes he takes it a little bit overstep and that's when you know that, hey, you still have a job to do and they kind of paying you to do it, especially when it comes to Beyonce. So overall, we was excited. I knew when Taylor Swift was
Came
going
out
to announce a
best country.
country album, like she was going to present it, I knew then that B was going to win.
Mm.
Just based off formulas for the past Grammys, how they kind of operate. And then based on some of these wins, I could kind of tell, okay, Taylor is not getting anything. I can kind of already tell
And
that
she did somebody. She was pressed either way, so she might have known.
And I honestly like that though, because we all know Taylor kind of. I mean, I don't have nothing personally against her, but you know, as far what the media portrays, she's just this and that, and they're just going up against Beyonce and all this stuff. It was
They're
really
actually
honestly
friends.
right. It was so nice to see that she actually supported it. When I say she had her glass up on every win,
Yeah,
and she was having a good
told
time.
Jay-Z when Beyonce won for the best album.
And she raised her glasses up to Kendrick, so it was just like she supported everyone, and that was honestly very good to see because it shows people like, hey, y'all can have any opinions that you want, but the girl, she can't control what people say, but she can definitely sit here and support regardless. So I thought that was really fun to see, and there was a lot of unity in the room.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, and even to speak to Taylor, I can't remember her name, but I think she's a pop artist, but she won the blonde. She won, and her and Taylor were in the same category. And Taylor was happy that she won. It was funny because I remember I was on the phone
with Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. And I remember we were like, oh, never mind. Taylor got this when I saw her name come up.
And I honestly thought Sabrina Carpenter was going to do a sweep. Now that's something that we predicted. So if you listen to session 7 of our podcast, Will did a prediction on pretty much everything. And so we really kind of predicted that Sabrina Carpenter was going to do a sweep.
Yeah.
And I was kind of shocked that she didn't.
Yeah.
Kendrick ended up sweeping with the most wins.
Yeah, he's all 5. Yep.
They said it's bigger than Ether.
Yes. So
they said his song is bigger than Ether.
And he got record and song of the year. So I thought that was surprising. And that was very telling to me, kind of how the night was going to win. So, how the night was going to play out. So when it came to album of the year, I kind of already knew like, okay, this is the moment where.
I wasn't sure. But listen, Beyonce was shocked for country album of the year. Her and
yes.
If you saw their faces, I haven't seen that meme. And someone posted it right after she did it. They said that's gonna be a meme, and I saw someone saying me waking up every day in 2025.
And you know what though, going back, because there's always like people don't understand to really get because she's been the most talked on social media, like above everyone else, and those are those moments that you need. You need those like capturing meme moments to go viral, so people can, regardless of the fact even if she didn't have that, she was gonna be most talked about because of the snubs. That she past years, but I thought it was funny how Blue got her to got up too. What'd you say, Britt?
I said not to mention she has protested going to awards after all those snubs you talk about. They weren't going to awards shows for a long time.
Was she gonna go because the last? And Matthew knows he spoke out because first he praised her on social media about her win. But I guess a lot of talks about she won because Jay-Z advocated for her the last time. And he said, no. She won on her own merit. She won the album was what it was. But Brittany, what were your thoughts on the Grammys? Did you watch and what were your thoughts?
I didn't watch. I was at a birthday party, but I do be trying to like catch up and stuff like that. So I was definitely happy to see Beyonce get, album of the year because I know she worked so hard and like Shaq was saying, like she'd been snubbed before. And, like to the point to where she was like, she's just going to stop going to the award shows. And I think that it's created this whole fusion where she's trying to break out into other genres. Like that is the reason why she's showing y'all don't put her in a box, like that she's not just R&B. And it is basically to what Jay-Z has said in the prior years about by y'all own metrics, it doesn't make sense. However, I was kind of disappointed to see that you, Steven, are not going to bring up Kanye and his wife's red carpet appearance. Because, baby, that outfit right there pissed me off. You hear me? Like, it pissed me off.
So I was watching a show today. They said, because apparently she used to be like a scientist or something in that field. And they said to see what she's wearing now. And they said, if you need help, blink twice.
Like, baby, what are you doing?
I
You
did see
showed
that.
up butt ass naked,
I
front and back.
mean,
Like, what are you
it's
doing?
like,
Ain't that like what?
and they've
And
interviewed
then
her
as
father
a black
before.
man, he's standing there. I'm like, you look dumb. Like, what is going on?
They've interviewed her father before, and he had made comments about the way she's been dressing since she got with Kanye, or Ye now. But it's just like, what are you doing?
You know,
My
Don
thing
Lemon.
is like desensitizing. Now we gonna have now everybody at the club. They already got their nipples out and stuff like that. Now you gonna show up in this motherfucking dress and everybody gonna have their booty out and stuff like now we already got the mesh going on. Like, can somebody
Trying to
cover
make it
up?
normal. Trying to make it
Yeah,
normal.
Normalize
Yeah.
like
it.
No.
I'm just like, please, like Steven, that should have been at the top of the Grammy
No, I
announcement.
debated whether or not to talk about that one because I was just like, I don't get
I
it. I don't get
cannot
it. Why would you
believe.
want your wife walking around like that? And you know that's all him. You know that's all him.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. And y'all
Yeah.
remember when he got on Kim talking about she dressing
The
too
way she
sexy as a
dressed.
mama? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
girl, you ain't never gonna have his baby. He just using you as a prop, but please. Then I do think that they saying Kendrick, first of all, the fact that Kendrick sweeping the Grammys on a diss song, like on a diss song to Drake. Drake ain't never got a chance in hell to come back. You hear
But
me?
they
You
said
can never come back.
Drake was somewhere punching the air. But also Drake announced yesterday that he has new music coming out. It's gonna be sexy
Mm-hmm.
music.
I
Um
never heard any of that.
yeah,
Like all I heard was Kendrick's wins.
it wasn't the time. Well, they interviewed Drake's dad and they said, what do you think about Kendrick winning best song for And Not Like Us? He said, I don't care about that shit. He said, that don't mean nothing to me. He said, but congratulations to him, but that don't mean what they got to do with me. He's like,
Yeah,
don't put me.
they getting disrespectful with it. Y'all don't get this nigga all the Grammys.
But
And
I
like,
also saw on TikTok they were showing when they were playing the song, they had Beyonce and people in the audience. They're patting them dance to it. They said the Grammys messy. They messy.
Taylor got up. I
Oh,
think
Tail was
because
spreading the
Taylor
lie.
was trip
Taylor was
walking.
drunk.
I
That's what
She
he
think
having a
said.
good
That's what they
time.
said. They
Taylor
said
was
I
drunk.
think that first of all, y'all be ragging real hard on Taylor ever since she got with Travis Kelsey. And I really think when she was swag surfing in the scenes, like she in the, you know what I'm saying? She a
yeah,
fan of music. I think
She
like
is.
y'all be
yeah,
trying
she
to put
is.
her up against it. She really love music. And I like people
Puts
that just
everybody
be
on.
there
Yeah,
for the love of it. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. Shaq, you gonna say something about Don Lemon?
Yeah, so going back to what you were saying, Brittany, so I think from what I've heard correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephen, so Kanye got mad at Dunn for obviously trying to report that he was kicked out of the Grammys, but Dunn had to correct this and say
Yeah.
that they wanted him to pretty much clean up the story in a way. And Kanye had a lot of things to say. He called Dunn a coon,
Mm-hmm.
and Dunn was like,
Don
he
said I
said,
was the one trying to
Negro.
correct the
He said,
story.
Negro,
Yeah.
please. He
Yeah.
said, if anybody's a coon, your MAGA hat must be a little too tight. And I just feel like,
Because he got a lot of backlash. He made all these tweets about Trump yesterday before the Grammys, speaking him up and all that kind of stuff. So, and a lot of social media had a lot to say about that.
yeah, I think Kanye,
How is that
again,
not breaking the law? Like in my mind, like public indecency, like you
Right.
doing, like
Yeah, people
yes.
are
showing
saying
that
that. People
and
are
doing
saying
that,
that.
they should have been cited or fined for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was asked to leave because of it
They
or
said
if he
that didn't
chose to
happen.
leave.
That didn't happen.
Mm-mm.
I heard he chose to leave. Like he did the red carpet and just walked out.
Yeah, they said they didn't kick him out, but that was going around. All right, well, check this story. This is related to the Grammys. So the Associated Press, AP, is facing backlash for an awkward and disrespectful moment involving R&B legend Babyface at the Grammys last night. So while speaking with the outlet, AP, on the red carpet, the Whoop singer was abruptly cut off mid-interview so that the reporter, her name was Krista, could instead bring on a chaperone. The move was widely criticized and dismissive and disrespectful to the Black music icon, leading AP to issue a formal apology. So if you saw it, they were interviewing him and they were asking him the state of R&B music and how it's being infused in different genres. And as he goes to answer it, you see it was two girls interviewing him. One of them, you can tell she's listening to her ear. And I guess they
Mhm.
were telling her the chaperone was coming, and they said, "Chaperone, chaperone." And Babyface said, "Oh, you want to talk to her?" And so the other reporter said, "Sorry, babyface," and took the mic from him. So he walked off, and they
No,
interviewed.
Babyface said, "Go do that." Let's be
Yeah,
correct,
pretty
because they
much, right.
telling him.
And so
He said, "Yo, y'all want that? Go do that."
so the reporter that cut him off, she came and apologized on to the YouTube audience, and she said that she's a big fan, and sometimes a lot's going on with producers in the air and people on the red carpet. Then, but social media, of course, was still in uproar. So the AP released a statement today saying, "We are deeply sorry for cutting our interview with Babyface short on our YouTube live stream of the Grammys red carpet. We've apologized to him through his representative and to our viewers on the live stream." Social media is still saying that wasn't big enough, wasn't good enough. So with a lot going on, celebrities coming through, that was Chaperone, I believe, her first time at the Grammys. Um, what's the right thing to do? Were they disrespectful to Babyface? What are your thoughts? Go ahead, Bridget.
I want to go first.
Okay.
Baby, that issue is disrespectful. You hear me? Like, this is a whole legend. Not every time I close my eyes,
Yes.
Babyface. Like, Babyface. And then I was really interested in the question. She was
It was a good
asking him
question.
how did he felt about the fusion of music. I mean, he's an R&B pioneer. Like,
Yeah.
they're taking different genres and they're taking a lot of classics and making them now rap and all this.
Right.
The question she asked was really warranted and would have been a great response. I think he was thinking on it. He was in the middle of saying, he was really coming up with a response. When Babyface said, "Go do that," they are trying to coin that phrase. That's the phrase for 2025. He did a very class walk off. He said, "Go do that." And he walked off, baby. You couldn't take his mic from him. He gave it to you.
Yeah.
And then only for Johnny Depp to walk up in full makeup, like, what? I don't even know who the girl is. Like, who is she? Like, to do that to Babyface? Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The
Johnny Depp.
so chaotic. The apology, her mama said, I was a part of that shit. Like, she was like, I should have said, I should have stopped it. I hate that I even was a part of it. I was like, she got her girl under the bus. You don't do that as a reporter. Like, she was like, yeah, because I love Babyface and I really wanted to know the question. And she was like, I hate I was even a part of it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how any of that, like, please fire everybody. And in Trump words, those were DEI hires.
DEI, right. And Shaq, they later asked Babyface about it, and he said that it didn't bother him, which just shows he's a class act. And he also made a statement about music following the Grammys, I guess because he knew all the noise. He seems to do that. Remember when he had the whole situation with Anita Baker where she supposedly fired him from the tour, and he released a statement that was very nice and his respect for Anita and everything. He seems to always take the high road. What are your thoughts on this situation?
I think that it was very disrespectful. You have the awards celebrated Quincy.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that to get Babyface in front of you and get a mic in front of Babyface, a musical legend that's been around and been responsible for many other big stars' careers.
Yes.
I think it tells that the reporter just did not know how to do her job correctly. It also gives light on what, I feel like these reporters, they're in tune of what's popping. And so I guess more so Chaperone, because of her night, with a bigger spotlight to highlight based on, what's trending right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't, a lot of these this newer generation may have heard him, but don't understand his impact as much. And so even as a journalist, she's saying you love Babyface. Well, if you did, you would have known how to handle him correctly. And also, too, Chaperone's been everywhere. I'm pretty sure she would have taken an interview, came back, circled back any given time versus Babyface.
And there was two of them on the things that one could interview Babyface or something. I don't know.
Right. So I'm pretty sure you could have got her to circle back. It's a big night for her. She would have got as much press as you can, but it's very rare that you're gonna stop Babyface and he's gonna speak to you. You know what I mean? Because he don't have to. And so I think it's just it's a, like you said, I don't want to say it's a DI But I will say this, it's a way when it comes to journalism and reporting and something like this, you have to know the people in the room and understand the gravitas of a person that you're interviewing. So Chaperone, although she is trendy, but you have Babyface, right? So people would have understand, even if you did not get that interview with Chaperone, you still got that respect from like we interviewed Babyface and got, like you said, Brittany, got a good response from Babyface, and that should have happened instead of saying, hold on, let me go get the trendy person.
Right.
And it's not even, she said, hold on. The disrespect came in.
Right.
The man, like, that's almost why it doesn't feel like you love him, because he was literally
About to answer
speaking
your
and you're
question.
saying,
Yep.
you're screaming her name in the microphone. You could have asked somebody to go get her.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
one of them film people.
Yeah.
You could have discreetly went to go around. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you took your microphone while this man is talking in another microphone and said, girl, like while he's
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Yeah.
that would have been
there was
disrespectful
no thought.
that would have been disrespectful to anyone,
Anyone.
like regardless,
Anybody.
but like you're saying, just because how she handled the situation. But baby girl, Babyface,
Right. Right.
what,
And it does show, I think it shows a little bit of ageism too, because
yes,
yeah.
yeah, man,
Like, did
and I
they
think
find
just
her on Instagram? Like, who are these people? I
I
didn't know
don't,
any of them.
but I think it just shows like you need it gives you insight into how they're picking these people and what they're wanting. So I'm pretty sure that they said, hey, definitely get
Yeah, because
a
you could see the woman was going like this. She was listening to her speak
mhm,
in her earpiece, and when I guess they were telling her that the other artists were coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that you don't disrespect
The one,
royalty
how
like
you
that.
doing?
Music,
Yeah.
yeah, especially in the music, and you at the Grammys, and you talking about, and
And
you
she
speak
must
back.
have listened,
It's
because she
crazy.
apologized before it hit social media. Really, like, she apologized. So someone must have pulled your side and said that was wrong what you did.
Yeah, that was terrible. Like this is gonna be
Well, the
big for
girl
you.
that took the microphone looked so uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
when he turned around and was like,
She
"Go
said,
do
"I'm sorry,
that,"
baby
she was
face."
like,
Yeah.
"I'm so
Yeah.
sorry." Like, the girl that threw the other girl under the bus was obviously uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was terrible. That was
All right,
terrible.
let's switch gears. So today, President Trump announced that he would be pausing his 25% tariff order on Mexico following a conversation with Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum. In his post, he stated, "I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States." Recently, Trump announced new tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China, which were set to take effect tomorrow, February 4th. The tariffs would impose a 25% duty on all imports from Mexico and most imports from Canada, although there would be an exception for a 10% tariff on energy products. Additionally, a new 10% tariff would be applied to Chinese goods. Immediately responding to President Trump's tariff threats, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau fired back and vowed to push back against the new policies, as well as imposing 25% tariffs imported amounting to up to 155 billion with a B, including alcohol and fruit. Additionally, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum at the time fired back at Trump's tariff and wrote on a post on X, "I instructed Secretary of Economy of implementing Plan B that we have been working on, which includes tariffs and non-tariff measures to defend Mexico's interests." So what they're saying, the economists are saying, is these tariffs are going to do the American people badly. And so Trump even said when he announced these tariffs that it's going to hurt for a minute, but people understand that. And mind you, he ran on groceries. He ran on bringing down prices. Of course, immigration, but when it relates to tariffs, and all this is going to do is increase it. And I was listening to this woman this morning on CBS Morning saying that it may not hit. We may not feel it immediately, but within 6 to 9 months, we're going to be paying extremely high prices for everyday things, even from cars, as relates to China, car parts, because they go back and forth between different territories, and it's just going to be very expensive for the average American family. So it looks like, based on this information, that he was able to talk to Mexico, and Mexico agreed that, for the 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border, and so they're going to hold off on that tariff. But what are your thoughts on? I'll start with you, Shaq. What are your thoughts on these tariffs and how they're going to impact our pocket? And a lot of CEOs are saying it is what it is for now, and you see a lot of CEOs bending the knee to Trump too. What are your thoughts?
For the life of me, I just don't understand how America is so dumb right now. I just don't like it. Baffles me. We learned about tariffs in middle school, on a very basic surface level about
Right.
what they are. And so when you put that into perspective of his promises versus what he's doing, even when he said it, even when Kamala said what he's trying to do during the campaign, it's like, how did people not pick up on it?
Yep.
I mean, honestly, my thoughts about it is that it's common sense what's about to happen. Things are already kind of soaring slowly. Some things are higher than others, but I feel like we're about to kind of enter a big recession. People were talking about stock market crashes.
Oh yeah.
And all, so I think that people don't understand. And it's really, and for the people who do understand, they're not talking about it enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that's a big responsibility, but the people who don't get it, they are just, buying to whatever makes them feel okay,
Right.
even though it's not the truth. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And I just don't understand. Like, I mean, the lies, you can't keep up with them. It's really this flood the zone. Let's every day something.
Throw
So
something at the wall, see what sticks.
so see what sticks, and let's see who's gonna, speak out against it. By the time they speak out against it, we have something else that would be outlandish, be a lie, be appalling, be hypocritical. And that's just him, not even to get into, his whole cabinet. So it's just so overwhelming what they're doing right now. I think that people really need to hold it together for the people who understand what they're doing, for the people who has that common sense, because it's definitely not so common right now, to just continue to speak out on it. Go to your social media, post facts, post opinions from, credible sources, and
Yeah.
just do everything you can to keep people educated. Do not argue with these people online.
Right.
Because the moment you argue with them, what they try to do is take you through a rabbit hole of the truth and question your common sense. Don't do that. Let them, whatever they're saying, you can read it, but you can easily say this person don't have common sense, and let it be that. And I think for us mentally, that would keep us at bay and keep us guarded against all of these, it's just outlandish false things and hypocritical things, So I'm a little bit on the edge about the tariffs, and then when you're thinking about our bordering states, countries, Canada, Mexico, I just feel like it's like, what is the true goal here? People are saying they're trying to take over. Ultimately. So it's just kind of scary right now just to think that this is the direction we're heading in.
You're talking about gaming systems. You're talking about your iPhones. All this stuff is going to be so much more expensive, and already expensive as it is. So just imagine. Brittany, let me ask you, because you're a single mother. And what would these tariffs? We all know how people are. Overall, people are feeling the effects of inflation. It's starting to come down, but still not to where we need it to be. For a family, how would it be for you to have these increase in all these groceries and everything going?
Baby, well, I'm glad you ate. I need my tequila. So he gotta figure something the fuck out. Because I gotta get through these for years. I need my tequila.
They said tequila in your head?
That's how I got through COVID with him. Like, I need my alcohol. Like, I don't bother nobody. Let me have my tequila. Like, because y'all playing with me, trying to get tequila over here.
Yep.
Like, and I just don't understand. Like, Yes, groceries are highly expensive, and it is scary because it's becoming the haves and the have-nots. We are literally watching our country turn into a third world country. And I'm sorry that if y'all can't see that, then I don't know what else to do. But he is trying to force people to use American resources is his thing, like, right? Like, make it in America. But you're not going to get that labor for that low price, which means the
Right.
products are going to
Yes.
increase just to make a simple t-shirt trying to make it here in America because everybody want to be rich, especially now that everybody done got scammed and got PPP loans. Ain't
Right.
nobody making no t-shirt for 99 cents.
No.
So like let China do it, import it over here and then give it to us because y'all want to live rich and lavish. And then to play in my face, y'all gaslighting me. He tell y'all he take TikTok, give it back and say you welcome. He
Yep.
take Black History Month, give
Yep.
it back and say now you got Black History Month. Nigga, we had it. Like he take now he doing the tariffs. Now he just had a conversation with the Canadian person and now he taking tariffs away. Like he playing it in our face saying he giving us something. And I don't understand why y'all don't call a spade because it's gaslit to tell
Yeah.
me you're gonna do something, you talk to the lady, now you're gonna give it back to us.
Right.
Like, I am
Yeah.
so confused. Like, how can you not see that it's just he over there like he ain't never learned how to write his name and he just signing everything. Like,
Right.
it's just
Hmm.
really I'm tired of logging into Instagram and seeing Trump, and it's only February. January was the longest
It was
month
a
of my
long
life.
time.
Like, baby, January had 365 days in it because ain't no way. And
Yeah.
Yes.
then you tell me y'all gonna take alcohol away?
Right. I know.
And
And to Shaq's point, you talking about arguing with people online. I had to learn that lesson over the weekend because I had stopped arguing after the election. But after his inauguration, I've been going in and because people attack me. I comment on the post, then I see everybody going after me. So I wake up to all these notifications.
I
But
would
I
never.
finally had to stop. I had to stop. And I saw
yeah.
one come in today. Someone said something slick. I left it alone.
Now I will say this
It
depends.
doesn't do you any good by going back and forth.
Yeah, it don't because
Yeah.
that's what
They want.
I was about to say. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
We have seen an increase if you're frequent on social media, you know that these bots or this AI,
Yeah.
you see how powerful AI is. So
Yep.
like all this nice try Didi. I'm so tired of it. I'm like, who created this?
Oh yeah.
Everything you get nice try Didi, nice try Didi. I'm like, it's just stupid, and people don't realize that they could be potentially arguing with bots. Some
I
real,
bought. I
majority of
bought.
bots,
Yeah.
and
But
that there are trigger
they had
words
Russian
under.
bots even during the election arguing with you. And like I go live on TikTok now. I've had this one person, their name is Diddy, their screen name, on some
See,
of my lives said, I thought I saw you at the party.
see, you know what I mean? And it is
And I
really
just ignored that. I ignored it on the blog, but I
yes,
see
and it's
it.
so crazy that you see
Yeah.
like that increase of, and it's been a thing, but
Yeah.
it's psychological warfare. Like if you get people into this rage, because
Amplified.
rage bait,
Yep.
now they want to type their opinions and go back and forth with you and
Yeah.
argue and let it like really be emotional about it. And I'm
Right.
like, I'm not doing that with you. Like if you say something, I know how to just end it quick, and then honestly, I
Deal
might
with it.
troll you with the
Right.
truth
Right.
all day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Y'all know I do not be on social media. Stephen Night Shot, if y'all
good.
listen to me, y'all will not find me because I ain't got time.
I
I don't
know.
post. Y'all not gonna see my kids. They look for me because I be like, I talk shit on here and then go home.
And go home. Be done with it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, when we come back, we're going to discuss the latest with the aviation issues. Plus, LeBron James shuts down claims that he's behind Anthony Davis trade. And Trump is changing his tone on pausing Black History Month. Right back after this.